Donc là, for the last part, like we've done all the beading, we're at the end, we finished the black, and now we're ready to put the hook and little metal ring. Là, on est rendu au bout, on a mis toutes les perles jusqu'à la fin, on a terminé le noir, puis là, on est rendu à finaliser avec le petit morceau de cuir la fin de la corde. So, I've put a needle in the leather, so you're going to take that needle, and you have your leather and a hook, and you have another thread. So you're going to take that thread and let's start by putting the thread in. Well, the only difference is I'm going to do double my thread. So then the needle is at the end, and here I'm just going to put a knot. Okay. So now, I still have, there's one thing I want to do before I remove the needle from the end. So we've went through it, on a passé à travers. Et là, avant de le terminer, before finishing it off, we're just gonna wrap around a few times, then go in just the needle, and oh man, no. My thread came out. Okay, let's put it back. Toujours comme ça. Je vais juste me retirer. Okay, I have it. Okay. So now that my thread is back in my needle, so I wrapped around a few times. Then what you do is you do 3 twists around the needle. You take it really tight, and then that's it. How we do it is you cut, and this is where I use a lighter just to melt the actual string, and it ties it really tight, and then we're ready. On est prêt à faire le restant. Donc so we're going to take the metal ring, so at first we're going to take the thread, the black thread, and the new needle. We're just going to poke the two really close where the beads are. So, and this is going to be hidden, so you don't have to mind like how it looks. It's going to be hidden. So then you go a few times. Okay. Then what you do is you just bend, put your ring, bend it, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your thread into that just to secure it. Juste pour le sécuriser, tu passes ton fil à travers. Bon. Fait que là, so now it's all like ready to finalize with the leather, and maybe the piece of leather I've put is too big, so you can cut it, and sometimes I use glue, but I didn't want to send 20 piece of little glue container to all of you, so here how I do it with a thread. It does look a little bit more artistic as you see the thread, but I like how it looks. So the only thing is you need to make sure that you're at the right place. Like you want your stitch to be hidden. So you got to look and make sure that this is where you want your seam to be. So do I want it this way or do I want it this way? I think I prefer the lines on this way. So then this is not what I want. I want it to look complete and the seam to be on the other side. So then this is going to be, yeah, I think I prefer, I'm going to cut it. Okay, so this is this side. This is the side I want. So the seam have to be on the other side. Okay. And now this is going to be the hardest part because you're going to have to poke the leather. Maybe help with the desk surface and push without bending the needle, but you're going to have to be just patient. Premier coup, je vais l'avoir. Puis là, now it's just a matter of going just a little beside and pick one side and the other. And I don't mind to have the look of a stitch. And I continue and I help with the desk surface just to poke the leather because it's hard. It's puis là on continue comme ça. Là, on a quasiment fini. I just peut-être deux petits points, only 2 stitch, and it's done. Un petit derrière. Puis là, c'est la même chose. It's the same thing at the end. When you're at the end, you put your needle in, but you stop. You take the thread that is in the bottom of the needle. You bring in at the top. You go around 3 times. Then you bring your needle out. And it does a really tight knot. That's it. So you cut, and you cannot do it really long because it's going to burn everything, but you just take your flame and it's secure, it melts, and voila, and that's it. And here there's like leftovers paracord, so I'm just going to cut the leftover, but remind, you have to burn the end. Il faut brûler après d'avoir coupé, il faut vraiment brûler les fibres. Autrement, ça va tout se défaire. Celui-là, j'aurais pu le défaire un peu plus bas. That's it. Fait que là, on a notre bracelet. On a mis le cuir. Le cuir, d'un côté, c'est là que mes lignes sont un peu... they're like uneven, and I see my stitch here. And on the other side, you see my bracelet. So here you go. See you next time.